Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest puzzles in AI right now. How do you take these incredibly powerful, almost creative, agentic systems and make them safe, reliable, and predictable enough to run in the real world? Look, agentic AI is amazing. It can write code, it can do research, it can manage super complex workflows. That power is just undeniable. But here's the catch. That exact same power, when it's uncontrolled, can lead to absolute chaos. So we're left with this massive question. How do we actually harness all of this intelligence without, unleashing total havoc in our production systems? And believe me, this isn't some theoretical what-if scenario. When you let agentic AI run wild, you see some very real and very painful symptoms. We are talking about costs that just skyrocket out of nowhere, processes that get stuck in these endless loops. And when things go wrong, good luck figuring out why, because there's zero audit trail. It's basically the Wild West, and that is just not going to fly for any kind of business-critical operation.
Okay, so let's get into the solution. This is where CognOS comes in. The best way to think about it is like an air traffic control system, but for AI agents. It gives you this really robust governance model that takes all that potential chaos and wrangles it into a system that's predictable, totally controlled, and completely auditable.
Now, at the very heart of this entire system is this concept of an operation. You have to think of it as the single fundamental unit of work. It's so key, because to control a massive distributed system, you first have to define the smallest possible piece you can actually manage. So whether that's an API call, or one step in a long workflow, or a query to a database, if it's an action, CognOS sees it as an operation. And every single one has to be governed. This is the whole game. So how on earth does CognOS govern every single one of these operations? Well, it uses this really elegant but incredibly powerful framework. It's called the governance triad, and what's so cool about it is its simplicity. It's a three-part system for getting total control by layering different kinds of safety checks on top of each other. And here it is, the governance triad. It's made up of policy, guards, and budgets. These three work together in this specific order to check out every single operation before it's ever allowed to run. Let's break down each one. First up, we have policy. Policy is all about declaring your intent. It's where you lay down the high-level rules of the road. It doesn't care how something gets done, it just cares about what conditions must be true for an operation to even be considered. It's like writing the Constitution for your system. So, for instance, a really simple policy could say something like this. When a workflow starts and its context sensitivity is high, then you must attach an obligation for a human-in-the-loop review. Just like that, the system now knows that a human editor has to sign off on this operation before it can go any further. It's a clear, simple, and totally enforceable rule that's based on your intent. All right, let's move to the next piece of the triad and see how this all builds. Now we meet the guards. So if policy sets the rules of the club, think of guards as the bouncers at the door. They're the ones making the real-time decision for an operation, and they're answering that critical question, can this thing proceed right here, right now? And CognOS brings a whole security detail with it. You've got the policy guard, which makes sure those obligations we just talked about actually get enforced. Then there's the gate guard, which keeps an eye on external services to make sure they're healthy. The storm break guard is, honestly, it's fascinating. It's designed to prevent those super dangerous, self-amplifying feedback loops. Every guard has a very specific job, all focused on protecting the system's stability in real time. And finally, we get to budgets. So once an operation has made it past the policy check and all the guards have given it the green light, there's just one last question. Do we actually have the resources for this? Budgets set those hard quantitative limits on things like tokens, cost, and compute time. This is your absolute ultimate safety net against runaway processes. The way the budget system works is actually incredibly clever. It uses what's called a lease, execute, commit model. So before an operation even starts, it has to lease the resources it estimates it's going to need. Then it executes, staying within that lease. And afterward, it commits its actual usage. This whole process prevents an operation from even getting off the ground if the budget isn't there, which stops overspending before it can ever happen. Okay, so we've met the three parts of the triad. Theory's great, but now let's put it all together. Let's watch how a single, governed operation actually flows through this entire system, from the very beginning to the very end. Okay, here we go. A command comes in. First thing, the policy guard checks the rules. Let's say it attaches an obligation that says, hey, you have to use a cheaper AI model for this. Next, the other guards all check in. Is the provider healthy? Are we trying to run too many things at once? If that's all good, the budget guard then leases the tokens needed, and only then, after passing all those checks, is the operation finally dispatched to run. And when it's done, the actual usage gets reported back. It's like a gauntlet, and every single operation has to run it.
And the result of this whole rigorous process is a system that's just completely observable by default. You get what are called OTel traces. You can think of them as a detailed flight data recorder for your AI for every single step. Every decision, every policy check, every budget lease, even every human approval. It's all captured in one unified auditable trail. You can see exactly what happened, exactly why it happened, and exactly how much it cost. No more guessing game.
So here's the really crucial point. This isn't just about tacking on a few safety checks here and there. This is a fundamental shift in thinking that lets us finally move agentic AI out of the experimental lab and into reliable production-grade systems that we can actually build a business on. I mean, just look at this contrast. It shows the whole transformation. You go from unbounded costs to budget-aware execution. You go from having no audit trail to having a complete, detailed log of every single decision. From these brittle ad hoc safety measures to having governance by design. It's really the difference between just hoping for the best and actually engineering for success.
And this quote just nails it. It's not just orchestration, it's agentic orchestration. This is all about executing intelligent work with a built-in, native understanding of budgets, policies, and human oversight. Safety and governance aren't just features you add on later. They are designed right into the core of how work gets done.
So by governing every single operation through that policy guard budget triad, CognOS provides the foundation you need to build AI systems that aren't just powerful, but are also trustworthy, scalable, and genuinely intelligent. Which leaves us with the final question. It isn't just whether your AI is running, it's whether it's running under control.